Hi viewers, welcome to this session on measurement of systematic risk by using regression method. The problem which already we have solved by using the correlation method for finding out the beta, that is nothing but measurement of systematic risk. The same problem now we are going to use it for finding out the beta, that is nothing but systematic risk, by following regression method. The same problem in the earlier class we applied the correlation method, that is correlation coefficient method, but in this class we are going to use regression method for finding out the beta for the given problem. So as we know, the monthly returns for the ITC stock as well as BSE national index for the 12 months is given, that is shown in the problem, that is month ITC returns, BSE national index returns for the 12 months. Calculate beta of ITC stock using the regression model. As we very well know that beta is used for measuring the systematic risk, that is nothing but measuring of the relative risk with respect to the market index to the particular stock index. So calculation of beta by using regression model. In this method, we are going to take ITC returns as a Y and BSE index return as a X. So this Y is indicated with RI, X is indicated with RM. That is market returns. This is stock index returns. That is particular stock index returns. So we know this ITC stock is depending upon the market index return. That is the reason why this ITC becomes a dependent variable and BSE index return is a independent variable. Students, when we are going for the regression model, we have to identify the two variables, which is dependent variable, which is independent variable. This BSE index market return is not a dependent variable on ITC. ITC stock is a dependent variable on BSE index market return. That is the reason why ITC, that is indicated with Y, that RI is also indicated for the ITC return. This ITC return becomes dependent variable. Independent variable is BSE index return, that is market returns indicated with RM and also indicated with X. After taking the values of Y and X, that is RI and RM from the given problem, we have to do it Y square, X square and XY for using the regression model. As we very well know, Y square, how will you get? Just multiplying this Y column into twice. 9.43 into 9.43, we will get the 88.92. Like that, for total 12 months, we have to multiply it and record it in the Y square column. And X square is simply you are going to get the multiplying the market returns with the market returns of the same month, then we will get the X square values. That is 7.41 multiplied with 7.41. We will get 54.91. In the same manner, for first month to 12th month, if we multiply, we will get the X square values for 1 to 12 months. Then in the latter stage, what we need to do is we have to multiply with X value with Y value. That is X value and Y value becomes these X values and Y values are multiplied or noted into the last column, that is XY. And after multiplying, the product is recorded into the XY column. And finally, what we have to do is we have to add each and every column. because in the regression model we have to find out x bar, y bar and other variables. That is the reason why we need to add y items. That is sigma y is equals to 111.69. We have to find out y bar. For this reason, we have to apply the sigma y divided by n. And then BSE index returns, this is independent variable. This total is 49.82 indicated with sigma x. And then sigma y square 3724.98, sigma x square 1432.75, sigma xy 2160.48. This is the table which we have calculated depending upon the given problem. After finding out the sigma y, sigma x, sigma y square, sigma x square, sigma xy, we will note down these values and interpret these values into the regression model so that we will get the beta value. We will solve this formula, applying the regression model formula and interpreting these values into the regression model. As we already know, the dependent variable is y, that is Ri. ITC stock returns is considered as a dependent variable on market, and independent variable, this market returns is indicated with X. This returns, market VSE index returns, are not depending on any other factors. So that is the reason why it is considered as independent variable. Students, you have to be clear which is dependent variable, which is independent variable. This y is independent variable on X, that is dependent variable of ITC stock is depending on BSE index. That is the reason why this ITC is dependent and BSE is independent. From the above table, the last slide, the table which we have calculated, from that I have extracted the values. That is sigma xy is equals to 2160.49. That is equals to sigma x is equals to 49.82, sigma y is equals to 111.69, sigma x square is equals to 1432.75, n is equals to 12. These are the values I have taken from the earlier table which we have calculated from the given problem. After noting down these values, for interpreting this y bar and x bar values, I wanted to find out y bar and x bar also. Y bar is nothing but sigma y by n. Sigma y is equals to 111.69. So 111.69 divided by 12, that is equals to 9.31. X bar is equals to sigma xy by n. Sigma x is nothing but 49.82 divided by 12, that will get 4.15. This is y bar and this is x bar. That is arithmetic mean of independent variable x bar, arithmetic mean of dependent variable y bar. After getting all these values, we have to write down the formula for beta under regression model. Beta is equals to n into sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y divided by n into sigma x square minus sigma x whole square. Now what we have to do is, and we have to interpret these values or use these values into this formula. Beta is equals to n into 12 multiplied with sigma xy. Sigma xy is equals to 2160.49 bracket of minus sigma x. Sigma x, how much is given? 49.82 multiplied with sigma y 111.69 whole divided by 12 into sigma x square. Sigma x square is here 1432.75 minus sigma x whole square. Sigma x value is 49.82 whole square. After multiplying these values, we will get the 25,925.88 minus 55,564.40 divided by 17,193 minus 2482.03. After multiplying, we will get all these values, and again subtracting from this value to this, we will get the 20,361.48 divided by 14,017.97. After getting this value, when we divide this value, we will get the beta of 1.384. After getting the beta value, that is 1 point beta is equals to 1.384. After getting this value, what we can do, we have to calculate the alpha value. Alpha is nothing but y bar minus beta x bar. So here in this case, the y bar is equals to already calculated value is there with us, 9.31 minus bracket of beta is 1.384 multiplied with 4.15. This is the x bar. That is equals to 9.31 minus 5.74. After deducting the 5.74 from 9.31, we will get the value of 3.57. Now the alpha value is 3.75. What is this alpha indicates? I already explained about the beta, how to take the decisions depending upon the beta value in the last session. If you want to observe the beta interpretation, go back to the earlier lecture and look into that, so that you will get how to interpret the beta value. Now I will explain how to interpret the alpha value. If the alpha is positive by the stock, alpha is negative, sell the stock. Alpha is zero, don't buy or sell. That means maintain the status quo. This is the interpretation for the alpha. So in this case, the alpha is positive. So in this particular company share, even if the risk involved more than the market risk, as already I told you, the 1% change in the market, 1% change in the market risk that caused the 1% change in market risk, that leads to 1.384% of 1.384% change in ITC stock. So ఈ మార్కెట్లో 1% రిస్క్ పెరిగితే ఐటీసీలో 1.384% రిస్క్ పెరుగుతారు. మనం రిస్క్ పెరుగుతోంది కదా అని స్టాక్ కొనుక్కోకుండా ఉండాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. స్టాక్ కొనాలి లేదా అమ్మాలి లేదా ఏమి చేయకుండా మనం అలాగానే ఉండాలి అనుకుంటే, again we have to calculate the alpha value. How to calculate alpha? Alpha is equals to y bar minus beta x bar. Y bar మనకు తెలుసు, x bar మనకు తెలుసు, బీటా వాల్యూ తెలుసు. 9.31 minus 1.384 into 4.15. 9.31 minus 5.74, that is equals to 3.57. So alpha is positive. In this case, the ITC stock, it is better to buy so that the investor will get the benefit in the future by buying the ITC stock, even though the risk is more involved in than the market return or market risk. So like this, we have to interpret the alpha and beta after calculation of beta and alpha. Calculation is one step in finance decisions. After calculation, how to interpret these results and how to utilize these results for the decision making, that is second step. That is most important for the decision makers as a financial manager or as a financial advisor to the any individual or to the any company. Hence, I request the students to understand the concepts clarity and then look into the formulas and try to understand the linkage between the dependent and independent variables and also the formula notations also. What is indicating why? Y is indicating with the ITC stock. ITC stock is again indicated with the RI. X is indicated with the market returns. Market return is indicated with RM. Like that, you have to understand and absorb the important key elements in this area so that it is going to be very useful for your life career as well as for your competitive exams also, like NET, SET, any other competitive exams. If you are going to write, you may face at least one or two problems from this area. Hence, I request the students, please watch the video fully and point to point, try to note down and try to understand. If you have any doubt, post your doubts in your comment box so that I will reply to you. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.